What we doing tonight? Let me exit this real quick. Trying to finish a few last things up. I'm gonna go here. All right, look, it's 11 o'clock right now. I'm investing in a knitting machine. Is investing in the machine worth it? I'm using the 22 pin. It's small. I'm looking curious. Look. If you're gonna get you a knitting machine, do not get the tiny one. You need to get you this one. 48 pin. Like get this one here. You can make hats like this. With a 22 pin, you can make baby hats. Like you can make tiny hats. This is 48 pins. A normal adult, teenage, kid size hats. Baby head only. I bought the small one cause it's right. It's cause there is. Where you buy it from? You gotta buy it online. Yeah, you gotta go on Amazon. I got this off Amazon. Type in this right here. Centro. Type in Centro on Amazon. If you are in my TikTok live, join my YouTube stream. I'm streaming on YouTube right now. So I'm gonna be on live for hours, or at least I'm trying to be for hours. Hopefully my phone beanies. I gotta make. I bought a hoodie today, and I bought some fur. I'm gonna put the fur on the hood. It's in this bag right here. Oh, my name the show, but it's in this bag right here. All right, hoodie, needles. This is the fur. Shout out to Joanne. Okay, that's what it's gonna look like. I'm making this on my Central. I'm making this on this. I just gotta connect the panels together. That and then I got beanies that I just need to make for Christmas. Like I just hand them out. I got so many beanies that I don't wear. I'm just gonna hand them out like candy on Christmas when it's hand them out Halloween like candy. You get what I'm saying. I'm going to bed soon, but I'm gonna join next time. Good night. All right, sleep tight. Don't let them bugs bite you though. Bet. So I don't know what I'm gonna do first though. Let me see. First, I'm probably gonna bust. I'm working this granny square hat first. Um, yeah. Also, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to do the tapestry crochet, do the tapestry knit on the Centro. Bro, I woke up. Why did the video get corrupted? Like I made the video hour long. It was like an hour long. I just had to edit it. I was gonna post it, go to work, and then come home and then edit it and then repost it. When I was in school, they called me Lil Kevin Hart. They called Mike Epps, all that. Yeah. I'm just being me though. But what I was gonna say. Oh, damn. What else gonna say? I just be talking. I just be chatting. I don't know what the fuck I be saying sometimes. Um, damn. What was I saying? Damn. I really don't know what I was saying though. Damn. That fucked me up. Oh, I gotta make the. Oh, so I woke up today, right? I woke up early. For some reason, I woke up early. I'm like, this is God telling me to make my tutorial to see how badly I want this. So I make my video, bro. I finished the video. Why did the video it stopped filming after 7 minutes? It just stopped. I'm just in here talking this for an hour and like 20 minutes. I look at my like, no way. I just chuckled and just went on by my day. I cannot let the devil bring me down. Or maybe it was God seeing how badly I want it. I don't know. So I'm gonna just redo it. I messed up. Okay, when I made that, I kind of messed it up anyway, so it really don't matter. But I'm gonna just remake it tonight. Do that. I gotta make this hoodie. Oh, my shit froze? My shit be freezing. Why'd it stop? Damn, the stream froze? Damn. Are we back? What the fuck was that? Yo. Yo. What's going on with it? Whoa. That was weird. I bet. We back. Okay, now I know why my stream ended earlier, because this got to be green. Alright, bet. Now I know if this turned red, it's not filming no more. I know that now, though. Let me see if my YouTube's still up. Let me see if my YouTube stream's still up. Let me go check, see if that's still up. Because now I don't even know myself. Go to this, click this. Click content. Live. Alright, bet. My stream's still up. My shit had just froze for a second. Alright, bet. So I'm about to watch this, I'm gonna start off watching this true crime video. Which one I'm gonna watch? Let me see. Y'all can see the screen now. All right, let me see. What we got? Um, well, I can turn this back on. Mom horrified after 12-year-old son. I seen this one before. Let me see. Woman laughs after burning cashier alive. What the fuck? Whoa. Dad realizes cops discover his horrifying secret. Your your dad is your boy. What the fuck? Killer realizes he's been caught 30 years later. Oh shit, that's a good run. That's a good run. I ain't gonna lie, that's a fire run. Mom realizes she murdered her daughter. What page is this? Who put me onto this? Parents lose it after realizing their son's secret. Killer lures woman into house of horrors. Boyfriend films moments before police discover horrific scene. Hero cop saves kids trapped in house. Okay, that's fire. That's fire. Cops make the worst discovery of their lives. Oh, he got the crazy face on. I want to watch that one. He got the crazy face. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm cool on that one. Killer teen realizes cops found her secret recording. She got the crazy face. Parents discover teen son's horrifying secret. Mom realizes police discover her horrifying secret. Why everybody got these secrets? Interview with a severely disturbed killer 17 years later. Oh, okay. 4-year-old refuses to die after mass killer dad goes on rampage. What? Mom horrified by her son's failed polygraph. Cops discover missing kids hidden on predator's compound. Mom, the baby. When a mom discovers every parent's worst nightmare. Detective left sickened by killer mom's confession. Yo, what is going on? Yo. When a genius teen snaps, 160 IQ killer. I gotta watch this one. I wanna see this one. Let me see if bro really a genius. Alright, make sure it's not too loud though. Hold up. I gotta be able to hear it though.
Hurry, please. Hurry.
Is anyone upstairs? Where's the gun?
Daddy, don't do it. Daddy, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, son. I'm not that person, son. Don't do it.
It's not human in weird ways, and me being human, I expect will say the same thing. Still, humans didn't act very fun.
Caller, my ambulance is already on the way. Okay? They're already coming. I need you to take a breath so I can tell you what to do to help, okay? Alright, I need you to do not touch anything else other than what I am telling you to touch. Somebody needs to open the door. I have units from the scene. My son's trying to come again. Please. No. Somebody go unlock the door.
Get your hands off this YouTube stream.
The 911 call you just heard was placed by James Allen Brazell just 6 days before Christmas in 2016 when he heard gunshots coming from somewhere in his family home. Allen raced through the house to find his stepdaughter Ashley and her 16-year-old brother Sonny standing over her with a gun in hand.
Damn.
His wife Nicole screaming in the background. Allen frantically called for help. As haunting as the 911 call was, the interrogation would turn out to be even more chilling. 16-year-old Sonny proves to be one of the most stoic and emotionless suspects we've ever seen. It's hard to reconcile how someone like Sonny, with an IQ of 155 to 160, described as highly to exceptionally intelligent, has landed in this seat. When police arrived on the scene, they found the festively decorated exterior of the house masking a horror scene inside. In an exclusive interview, Allen and Nicole Brazell recount what they can remember from that terrifying night. Later, we'll hear from Sonny himself.
Ashley said she was going to go to bed. Sonny was going to go to bed. He's been awake all day and at work. So everybody was kind of tired. Allen was already, I think, in the bedroom. I think he came and told everybody good night. I went straight to the room. I just hurried, put on my robe, and I think Ashley was going to put and eat some soup that I had cooked. As soon as I go to sit down on the bed, the lights are already off in the bedroom, I hear what I think is firecrackers. It's on my mind. pop, pop, pop firecrackers.
Okay.
Sonny being such a mild kid and Ashley being, they both were kind of like little professors, responsible kids that got great grades in school. I know that I bought firecrackers for New Year's Eve. And I'm thinking, I cannot believe one of them let off firecrackers. Because I hear Ashley say, Sonny, very surprised, in shock. That's all I hear through the door. And then I hear firecrackers. So I throw back on my robe, because I don't have clothes. I throw back on my robe. Alan jumps up, and so I go to go outside. I mean, I am curious. Like, what? Who let off firecrackers in the house? What? I can't even believe they would do this. Either one, I don't even think either one would do it.
I was closest to the door going out into the hallway. And whenever I heard it, pretty much immediately I knew what it was, because I am a
country boy.
I'm a country boy, I'm a hunter, and I have guns, and I've always had guns. So I immediately knew what it was, but I didn't put it that it was
What was it?
somebody from in the house, like Ashley or Sonny. I thought somebody had came in the house, like a break
Who did it?
in. So I immediately reached down and grabbed my handgun
He sticked up.
and started toward the door. And something told me, don't take your gun out there. And of course, you have these conversations with yourself really, really fast, like, are you crazy? I'm not going out there, because I knew it was gunfire, and I'm like, I'm not going out there without some kind of protection.
Love seeing guys crochet. It just hits different. Yeah, man, I do all kind of stuff. I knit, crochet, so I'm about to do all 3 tonight, actually. Later, I'm going to finish this hat. All right, show me later.
Heard it again pretty much,
Post it later, I'll see
don't
it.
take your gun out there, put it down. So I put the gun down, and I kind of tossed it on the bed and headed out the door. And when I got there, I immediately saw Sonny standing there, and he had a gun in his hand. Of course, I didn't know where he got
Why is Sonny sticked up?
the gun, because it was a Christmas present that I didn't know about. So I yelled at him. I said, Sonny,
Can I see your work so far? But this what I got so far. I'm making a cat beanie, granny square cat beanie. This one half, I'm making the other side.
I said, put the gun down. He was immediately obedient, as he always was. And he leaned down, he put the gun down, and I kind of grabbed him by his shirt and kind of scooted him or slung him over to the side up against the hallway there.
Bro, what the fuck? My shit still up? Hold up. I know. Everything want to tweak out now? I know. Everything want to tweak out now? I can't click this box no more? Okay. I'm already knowing. I see how my night finna go.
Really feel anything.
Bro.
Was tending to your sister's wounds, like you said.
It's on my mind.
Are you crazy? I'm
That exact minute.
where he got the gun, because it was a Christmas present that I didn't know about. So I yelled at him. I said, Sonny, put the gun down.
What is that buzzing noise?
He was
It's this right here. Is it loud? I'm about to turn this off then. I didn't know it was disruptive. All right, bet. Let me wrap it up real quick. All right, bet.
immediately
By the way, I'm streaming on YouTube. Get your hind parts in this YouTube stream.
obedient, as he always was. And he leaned down, he put the gun down, and I kind of grabbed him by his shirt and kind of scooted him or slung him over to the side up against the hallway there. And I said, you stand right here. I said, and do not move. He did. He just stood there. He didn't say anything, but he stood there. So we went to check on Ashley. That's when she went in.
This is all in a matter of like
Right.
instant seconds. I'm like, Ashley, because I see I don't realize, I'm still looking for like a firecracker damage. I know this sounds strange, but I'm still stuck on firecrackers.
It was at this point that Sonny's stepfather rushed back to the bedroom to find his cell phone and call for help.
That exact minute, I guess Sonny bends down, picks up that gun again. It's on the ground, he's a little bit away from it. I have pulled Ashley from the couch, I'm a tall gal, but she's only about 5'5", lightweight, but I'm trying to pull her from the couch, and I realize Sonny's grabbed the gun, he runs to our bedroom. So I start screaming around, oh my God.
Sonny, don't do it. Sonny, don't do it. Don't do it, Sonny. I'm not that person, son. Don't do it.
This man runs through the house and runs to the bedroom.
Sonny, and he took off to the bedroom. I turned around and I saw him go to the bedroom. I started toward the door. Sonny had ran around our bed to the furthest point away from the doorway. He was staring straight ahead at the door, but he was trying to change the clip in the gun, to change the magazine in the gun, because he had shot everything out of the first clip whenever he was in the living room. He's holding the gun, he's holding both of the magazines in his hand, and he's not looking down to see what he's doing. And of course, he had never handled this gun before. So by the time I ran over there, he pushed the magazine into the gun and he stuck the gun up to my chest. From where I was at this point in time, I was up right in front of him, and I was fixing to grab a hold of him. And he was just kind of staring straight ahead, and he just started pulling the trigger.
Damn, at his own dad? What the fuck?
He put the same magazine back in that he started with that was empty. If he had gotten the right magazine, I wouldn't be here today. I definitely wouldn't have made it. And so I snatched the gun and everything out of his hands, and I grabbed him and just kind of...
He grabbed the wrong dick. No diddy.
Walked him into the living room and set him on the little love seat. He was kind of looking over the living room where Nikki was still in there with Ashley on the floor.
And he's still in dad mode. He says, sit right there and don't move, which is shocking to me because
he just tried to shoot you in your chest. Are you going to take, hey, buddy, stay there, don't move? At least give him a left hook or something. Like, damn, you think he's going to listen? He tried to put some shit in your chest. Why would he listen to you? Are you crazy?
The situation. And the most wicked, horrible, heart-trembling, terrorizing thing happened. I'm doing this and I look up. He's trying to unlock the door so when the police come and get a towel. And I'm frantic. His eyes are all the dark. Suddenly, now this...
No cap, ain't no sit right there. What the fuck? What is dad thinking? Like, you not going? He tried to shoot you in your chest. You're not going Bart Simpson him or nothing. You going to sit on the couch? He tried to put some shit in your chest just now.
This is someone I've been with for 30 minutes. My son, right? We've all been eating and snacking and on a video chat. Everything around here has become dark black, and the voice that comes out of the mouth says, because I'm literally hysterical this point. I'm screaming.
Or to try to knock his teeth loose. Nigga, no cap. Something. He's gonna grab me and say, sit on the couch. You think he's gonna listen? The fuck? He tried to kill you just now.
What happened? Ashley, answer me, because there is no, you would think of a whole clip, right? There would be blood, right? There's none. I'm screaming out, what happened? What happened? What happened? I hear the most darkest, deep voice say, she can't talk to you, she's dead.
Oh.
When police finally arrived to take control of the scene, they found bullets behind
Whose voice was that?
the couch and in the storage drawer beneath it. The gun was found in the master bedroom, where Sonny's stepfather had left it after taking it from him. Police were put in the peculiar predicament of having both a suspect and weapon already established before they arrived. As paramedics raced to save Ashley's life, investigators arrested Sonny Kim and took him to be questioned before he learned his sister's fate. Please note that
Bro killed his blood sister.
throughout the interview, police addressed Sonny by his middle name, Christopher. The following never-before-seen footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor, a licensed clinical psychologist, and a licensed attorney. Sonny spends a good deal of his time waiting to speak with officers, conversing with himself.
What?
While the audio...
Talking to himself? Yeah, that's flag 1, bro. A grade 1 sicko.
audio isn't easily discernible, he appears to be talking about computers.
Yeah, it was their top. It was supposed to be. I think it was computer. So
is bro playing crazy or is he actually crazy? Let me see.
it's supposed to be $5 for their almost 7 whatever. Max speed of 600K.
Hey, Christopher. Hey, my name's Josh. I'm Josh. I'm investigating with Columbia County. How you doing, man?
That's right.
Okay.
In Georgia, a minor may be taken into custody during a lawful arrest. Georgia law states that a law enforcement officer taking a child, or in this case, 16-year-old Sonny, into custody, must promptly notify the parent, guardian, or legal custodian about why the child is being brought into custody. Once in custody, if the police want to question the minor, they may do so without the parent present, as there doesn't appear to be a definitive law that states parents must consent to interrogation of their minor child. While police may interrogate the minor without parental consent, The court will still determine if any statements made under a Miranda waiver are admissible. With this all in mind, the officer is free to get to the heart of the matter. He jumps right in and asks about the victim, Sonny's sister, Ashley.
People think I'm insane because I crochet and listen to stories like this, but it's so peaceful. Yeah, I'm trying to get a good story. Folks should try to kill his dad and sister. I don't know why he didn't kill mom, but fuck it. Yeah, I'm interested now. I ain't gonna lie.
Tell me about your sister.
Actually, Kim, I believe she was 2022. She lived in Colorado. She recently broke up, lost her job, broke up with a boyfriend that was singing. Here it is. She came back over here for Christmas.
Okay.
After attending a concert in Atlanta, where she rendered 3 days ago, I believe she or something like that. As far as Ashley goes, that's it. Any particular information?
Chillingly, Sonny uses the past tense when discussing his sister, even though he has no way of knowing her current medical status.
So bro really want her to check out. This is how you know he really want her to die. He already referring to her in past tense. He actually is expecting her to lose her life. Okay. Normally I watch anime, but I'm crocheting and listening to this now.
Has she been in town long?
Only a few days.
Why did she move to Colorado?
It was about a year ago-ish. She got a job, I think it was the secretary, something like that. Yeah, I think it was the secretary. Paperwork stuff.
Paperwork stuff, right?
Yeah, some stuff, things like that.
I understand.
The officer switches back to asking about Sonny. Just like when he was asked about his sister, Sonny gives a superficial, impersonal answer.
From what I gather, you have a job, you work, and you've already kind of graduated high school.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
16 years old, male.
Stating that he's 16 years old male is a highly atypical manner of speech, and an indication that Sonny may be completely detached from what just happened with his sister, since this description of himself seems to be made in third person.
Where did you go to high school?
I was some sort of spot.
Okay. And then you finished up and taking some classes at GMC?
Yep.
Right. And do you have a job?
Yes.
Where do you work?
Computer change.
Do you really?
Yes, I'm Washington, bro.
I've been there a couple times. Really nice. Good service over there. Always been pleased with the work that I've done on my computers.
Notice how intense his eye contact is. Normally, this can be an indication that someone is watching to see if the other person accepts what they're saying, especially in the case of a lie, as someone wants to see if they're being believed. But Sonny has no reason to be looking for acceptance given what he's saying. Instead, this might indicate that he has some kind of social skills deficit, and he's been taught to make eye contact rather than naturally making some eye contact as part of typical conversation.
Okay.
He comes across as robotic so far. Here we see the officer once again attempting to connect with Sonny on a personal level by establishing common ground and building rapport. Just like before, though, Sonny doesn't appear to care and does not respond as the officer had likely hoped. With that technique rendered pointless, the officer is forced to ask Sonny more direct questions, and his response is disturbing, to say the least.
I wanted to talk to you about the events that happened tonight, okay? Can you walk me through everything that happened tonight, Christopher? Kind of start at the beginning?
Sure.
How long you been crocheting? It's gonna be 2 years in January. It'll make 2 years. But I also knitting, so I don't just crochet.
So I suppose the beginning is yes. A bit of pretext, I suppose.
Okay.
We had planned to get my father a new 1911 45 caliber pistol. About a week ago, we picked it up from the academy. We were hiding in my room until we could package it and put it under the tree. Basically, not yesterday night, but earlier, yeah.
Couple hours ago?
Yeah, a couple hours ago.
Nah, I knit with the knitting machine. I probably never touch real knit needles. I'm central knitting only. I ain't gonna
But
This interaction shows that Sonny may not be oriented to time, which could be considered typical given the stress of the situation. He may not show any overt signs of distress, but the way he described himself a couple of minutes ago, plus his lack of awareness of exactly when he shot his sister, are indications of emotional distress.
Walked out of the room with the gun loaded. First magazine was the one with the extended grip, 8 rounds in it. well, there was 7 rounds in it in one of the chamber, and then the second mag in my left pocket. This one here was 7 rounds in it.
In your left pocket?
Yes.
Front pocket or back pocket?
Front pocket, but I also had a pair of gloves on. Yes, a pair of work gloves-ish. Velcro here-ish.
Yo, what's up, Mike? What's up?
Sonny is clearly a detail-oriented guy, as he describes his gloves. Sometimes.
By the way, I am streaming on YouTube. Get your hand popped in this YouTube stream if you want to see the whole setup.
Suspects may provide these types of unnecessary details out of nervousness and their desire to cooperate with the interrogation process. Sonny must at least be aware that he's in trouble, so it makes sense that he wants to be cooperative. At the same time, his mention of being male and the other details he's provided thus far could also give us a clue as to his personality type, possibly very rigid and perfectionistic.
After that, I walked out to the living room and I turned left. I saw my sister and I put up 8 rounds into her chest.
Damn! Put 8 in her chest? What the fuck? You hate her? Hate the fam, don't it? What the? He tried to put some shit in his dad's chest. He fucked up though. He put 8 rounds in his sister's chest. Why? Love your hat. Thank you. This hat took me 6 hours to make. Is your YouTube under the same name as your TikTok? Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's also in my TikTok bio.
He says ish again. This also indicates his high degree of rigidity and precision in the way he thinks and speaks. Sonny also maintains his highly formal and rigid manner of speaking, as if he was providing step-by-step instructions to someone or telling a story. He's markedly detached from the actual event. His voice remains even, and he still is showing no signs of overt stress.
After that, both of my parents ran from their bedroom door. I came up the stairs behind the door, held both of the gun and magazine in my hands, and then dropped them on the floor.
What I'm doing tonight, right now, true crime, watching true crime. This guy tried to kill his dad. He killed his sister. That's fucked up. I'm trying to see why he did it though. I'm making a cat beanie. I'm about to sew this fabric on this hood. So I'm gonna have like one of them hoodies that got the fur on the hood, like them big ass coats. But the hoodie, I don't wear coats. I want a hoodie. And then I'm gonna probably work on my other knitted hoodie that I'm making on my Centro, and that should take me a few hours to do.
While they're washing me after they come out. My mother rushed to my sister's party. My father started calling 911 or 911.
The way that Sonny presents being really out of touch with reality and definitely out of touch with emotions and empathy.
8 rounds, sometimes it be like that. It should never be like that. That is insanely crazy.
Is similar to another case, that of Michael Hernandez. Michael told investigators that he wasn't angry when he killed his friend Jaime Goff, but that he wanted to try murder.
What?
I was planning to murder. And is there any specific reason why you planned this? No, there's not.
And
so, off topic. So, bro was just hanging with his friend one day, and his friend say, "I want to kill this nigga. I just want to try murder." That's wow. Really got to close that back door, bro.
Once they did that, yes. So the gun was left on the ground. Maybe about 10 to 20 seconds after he started calling, he walked away, and I went for the gun and grabbed the extra magazine from my pocket. However, I'm not very skilled in firearms, so I didn't load the magazine correctly and was able to chamber it around. Attempted to shoot my father once, and then I feigned putting the gun down and then tried to shoot him again. Not very good at firearms, so I wasn't able to kill him. But after that,
he said it like it's nothing. So I wasn't able to kill him. Why do you want to kill your dad, my nigga? What's up? Wow. Your kid will really kill you one day. This shit is crazy.
yes, it's took the gun with me. I sat back down on the couch, waited for them to arrive, basically the whole process of them tending to sister's wounds. After I came back, she was rolled off on the ground. Yes, and then that's when the police arrived. I was put in cuffs and carried up to the squad car. And after that, for a while after, can't remember what order it was either fire truck or an ambulance ride, but that's this, basically.
Wow. Okay.
Sonny explains everything in a very distanced way, including his own arrest, as if he's completely detached from the world around him. Depersonalization involves feeling detached from oneself, as if observing one's thoughts, emotions, and actions from a distance. Other symptoms include feeling emotionally numb, disconnected from one's surroundings, and experiencing memory difficulties. Sonny makes no effort to hide his intentions either. He references his sister's body instead of calling her by name. Again, at this point in time, Sonny doesn't know whether she's dead or alive. He also openly admits to trying to shoot his father twice. He could have taken the opportunity to claim he had a change of heart in an effort to potentially look better, but instead admits that he wanted to and would have shot his father if the gun had not stopped working.
My own son.
Unfortunately, there's no other information about why exactly the gun stopped working.
That's God.
Chillingly, he shows absolutely no remorse and continues to sound cold, detached, flat, and methodical. He might as well be describing how to put a computer together piece by piece.
When you were putting the magazine into the weapon and chamber the round, what was your plan?
Initially, my idea was kill father, mother, sister in order of threat. So for some reason, though, I didn't go along with that. I'm not sure. Suppose I didn't really act the way I was planning.
Wow.
For some reason, Sonny ranks his family in order of threat. It could be assumed that he means he intended to kill them in order of who was best equipped to disarm and stop him. But that isn't necessarily true. The officer will have to follow up on this later. For now, though, he lets Sonny maintain his train of thought, and it's important that the interrogator doesn't interrupt once they get a suspect talking. This is because it allows them to get their full, uninfluenced account of what happened, and the interrogation only gets stranger.
The idea was walk into the bedroom, both parents were either sleeping or resting, kill father, kill mother, and then walk out into the living room and kill her. Order of that's magnitude. I forget the word, but anyway, that was the plan. However, I suppose humans act in weird ways, and me being human, I'm susceptible to the same thing. And why I wore the gloves is because I figured my hands would get sweaty being humans. Nervousness in humans and such, so I wore them so, I would be able to maintain my grip on the weapon and such. However, still, humans didn't act very fun. Basically, I loaded all the rounds. I meant to only put 1 or 2 in there, but I don't know, I'd never shot someone before, so they seemed like blanks. Basically nothing. Couldn't deal with any discernible impact or anything. So I just kept on shooting, and then after that, I walked up to the boat and moved to my parents' door and stood there with weapon in my right hand,
Right,
and then magazine in left hand, and then I dropped on my ground.
Nicole Brazel, Sonny's mother, ran an embroidery business out of the house, teaching textile arts to students.
That's fire.
His stepfather, Alan, had accepted Sonny like his own son.
Damn.
Sonny's sister, Ashley, was known to be outgoing and had been enjoying her time at college in Colorado.
Wow.
In the 6th grade, Sonny asked his mother if he could drop out of school, in large part because he felt bored. He was homeschooled for a while, and at 13, he started working for a company who his mother had a contract with.
What?
Before working at a computer store. At 15, he started at the Georgia Military College, where he completed high school classes alongside college classes.
Okay.
Altogether, they appeared to be the picture of a happy family.
What? So he started going to public school at 13? You guys stay in public school. It builds character, I ain't gonna lie.
In an exclusive interview, Sonny talks about his childhood in more detail and about his relationship with his mother and sister.
My biological father left the country and went to Seoul, Korea, and my mother kept us afloat tooth and nail, and she fought for us. Prior to my incarceration, I was actively working at Computer Exchange and taking classes at GMC, and I was, I suppose, living a good life. I was always provided for. I was always taken care of, and I had loving parents every step of the way. And she got us out of debt. And eventually, we were, a stable household. She met Alan, and he's a great guy. So I have had a really wonderful set of parents that I don't think I could have asked for. I owe everything to them. Pretty much everything good in my life that they've been responsible for in some way, shape, or form.
So why'd you want to
Ashley
kill them?
was the bigger sister. She had the kindest heart out of all of us.
So why'd you kill her
Part
then?
of our kindness. I'm not sure what I got. I lean on her a lot for a lot of things. She was, between her and my mother, they were the only two stable things I really had in my life. Ashley was someone you could always come to, and she was always put together. I could always trust her judgment. I suppose I get my morals from her. You know, she had a real heart for people. I love that about her.
He was her favorite out of everybody, and she was his favorite. They had the most in common. They were both very smart, very high IQs.
Yet Sonny manages to erase all of that personality and all of that love in the
I'm
interrogation
making a cat
room.
beanie.
This clinical and detached way of speaking appears to be a symptom of depersonalization, which is closely related to dissociative amnesia and dissociative identity disorder, two very serious mental illnesses. There's no anger here, no emotion at all, and no indication that he had major issues with his family. It's almost like he was possessed and is now just describing what he saw. He's speaking like the lights are
I'm
on,
making
but
my
nobody's home.
out of granny square.
I suppose I just saw her and I didn't recognize her as a sub, but shot the first person I saw, I suppose. Not a reaction. Obviously, actually did not the way I intended to, as it didn't make enough room or take into account, the way humans act. Right. Being mainly me as far as humans go. Yeah. So.
With Sonny so forthcoming regarding the details of the crime, the investigator seeks to confirm what Sonny's stepfather, Alan Brazell, told them about the crime.
When your father went to chase after you in the bedroom,
way faster.
what bedroom was that?
You got
It was the largest bedroom, it's the master bedroom, the one where they sleep.
Okay.
So, yeah, I had a large king-size bedroom.
And you told me that you had, at that point in time, he had dropped the weapon. And,
yes.
then you reached down and picked it up about 20 seconds later.
It was about 2-3 feet, about a meter away from me.
Right.
So I went from the couch, grabbed it, and then ran off. And then attempted to take the magazine from my pocket.
Cardigan.
What were you trying?
I'm making a hexed cardigan. I'm having a hard time finishing it. Bro, when I made one of those, it took me so long. It took me so long to make it. I said, I'm not making one of these no more. I ain't gonna lie.
When you ran away?
My plan was to grab the weapon and load the magazine and shoot my father. And then shoot my mother.
Okay. And your father ran after you and caught you in the bedroom.
Yes.
And you did not have a chance to load the magazine at that point in time, or what happened?
Real life though.
I fumbled with it, and I did load it in the gun, not all the way though.
Right.
So I wasn't able to pull back the hammer all the way, so I'd slide back all the way. The second time after I feigned putting the gun down, after he told me, don't do it, etc. After I put it back, I tried to send the magazine back in with the back of my wrist about here,
right.
And then pull the slide back. However, that didn't solve it either. So he ended up taking his firearm away from me, and then walked back to the living room.
Did you attempt to pull the trigger while he was coming at you?
Yes.
Okay.
Both times.
Both times. And both times it failed to fire. Is that right? Okay. And that's when your father caught up with you and took the weapon from you. Did you say anything to him after that, or what happened after he got the weapon from you?
After that, I basically he ran back into the living room, put the gun down on the ground, across the living room, away from the couch where I was sitting, which was red. Oh, see, I believe my parents called it. It was a red couch, I knew. And he placed it on the other side and then helped my mother in attending to my sister's wounds. But after he put the gun down on the ground, I did consider either running to my room where there was a loaded shotgun or running for the gun. However, I didn't act on either, so I figured my chances were low of getting either done, so I didn't think it was worth it.
With Sonny's confession recorded in more than sufficient detail, we can now tackle the question of why Sonny decided to undertake such unprovoked violence.
What were you thinking about? What made you want to kill your sister and your parents tonight? What's been going on?
Well, it's been pretty good, actually. I've got a job, had classes, it's going pretty well. Nothing really is bad been happening to me. Nothing pretty good.
Pretty good. I have a pretty good life. Bro, say I have a pretty good life. And he still just wanted to kill his sister and mom and dad. Wow. Motherfucker just kill you for no reason. Like, you'll raise your son nice, fighting dandy, and he will kill you, like, just to do it. Sheesh. This why niggas need to play football and basketball. Yeah, you gotta get your kids out the house. Hobbies, yeah, bro. Got some boy. You say, fuck it, I'm gonna just kill the family today. Ain't shit about it. Ain't much to it. You just kill these niggas. Wow.
Doesn't matter. You just wanted to do it.
Not even wanted. I just did.
Okay. Let's back up. Excuse me. A few minutes ago, we were talking about when you were loading the putting the rounds in the magazine, and then loading that magazine into your weapon. And you said that the initial plan was to go to your parents' room and then shoot them first, and then go into your living room where your sister was and then shoot her. What made you deviate from that plan?
I don't know. When I first saw my sister, and the first thought I suppose was, I don't know. I was supposed to go to my parents' room and kill father and mother, but I saw my sister, and for some reason I don't know why. I remember the magazine into her torso.
Is there any reason why you wanna kill everybody? I mean, did they hurt you?
No.
Have they made life miserable for you? Are they abusive to you physically? None whatsoever. There's no reason for it. It's just.
I can think of.
Go ahead.
In 2 words,
He can't even think of a reason of why he did it. He just did it.
Sonny provides what could be very important information. If he had been abused as a child, this may give some insight into his detached behavior, as ongoing physical abuse is often the accepted explanation behind pathological dissociative behavior or disorders. This could be in reference to Sonny's biological father, who was allegedly neglectful. But Sonny doesn't elaborate, so the officer tries honing in on a different part of the crime.
What made you want to kill your mother and father?
There wasn't really any motivation for it. Actually, one thing, again, I don't know how I told you about trying to shoot my father and then failing and then trying again, you know. But as far as motivation for killing my parents, none really existed. My father did a lot of the chores. My mother worked quite hard at her job. Father assisted. My mother at her job. I mean, we all had relatively good lives.
Right. Did you get a sense of satisfaction when this was going on?
No, I didn't really feel anything.
And your mother was tending to your sister's wounds, like you said, and you were considering, when she was asking you why did you do it?
Did that a number of times.
Yeah, I'm sure. What was running through your mind when she said that?
At the moment, the only thing that I was thinking of really was either the gun and then after, I got a shot in my room, passed through my mind. I didn't really think of much. It was just sort of.
You were still in your plan mode of, can I get a weapon and kill mom and dad?
Yes.
Is that what you were thinking?
Yes.
Did that make you happy?
No.
Did it make you sad?
No, I didn't really feel much. It just sort of happened.
Do you have any idea why it just happened?
Not really.
Sonny's answer of not really here is interesting. He actually seems to not understand it himself.
No, I was going to say that an opportunity presented itself to kill my family, and I just did it for no reason, but having had weapons in my room for basically 1 or 2 years.
He said he had weapons in his room for a few years now. Stop giving these little niggas guns, man. They're going to kill the family. Stop giving your kids guns. They're going to kill the fam.
Now, that's, I've had the opportunity for a while.
Well, why did you decide tonight?
Tonight I suppose it was a bit spontaneous. Yeah, I thought it was 6 days of Christmas or something like that. But that mother, my mother would tell me, has that again the next day or something along those lines. So I figured the likelihood of her wrapping again the next day is fairly high. So I figured now I still have access to the firearm.
Even though Sonny's rationale for committing the crime tonight is disturbing, it still doesn't entirely make sense. Even if the gun had been wrapped and placed under the Christmas tree, Sonny would have still had access to it and multiple other firearms he could have used in the attack.
Is this something you thought about doing for a while, or is this something that you've been thinking about for the past couple minutes?
It was sort of impulsive and not really something I considered before.
Here, Sonny expresses an impulsive element to his actions, which supports the fact that he may struggle to differentiate between his thoughts and the reality of acting out his thoughts.
What ultimately made you decide to shoot your sister in the chest?
I don't know. Something in my, I can't remember what it was. Something in my mind basically led to me loading the gun, and that, what was it?
Something interesting happens when Sonny tries to talk about what was going through his mind in the moments before the shooting. Well spoken up to this point, Sonny starts to stumble over his words, giving only partial thoughts and attempting to start his sentence over.
Something in my, I can't remember what it was. Something in my mind basically led to me.
When he isn't able to describe what he thought or felt, he reverts to talking about the physical details.
We basically ended up loading the gun, and after the gun was loaded
Yeah.
in my bedroom, I walked out. And I suppose at that point, I don't know what I was thinking, but suppose I just shot it. I don't really have much of an explanation.
Okay. What emotions were running through you when this was going on?
Not much.
Were you happy? Were you sad? Or what? Did you care?
Kind of stood there, I suppose.
Okay.
The stuttering and stumbling over emotional words is likely a sign of anxiety, so he retreats back into the world.
I'm watching this true crime video of this boy killing his family.
Of dissociated details. This could be due to a lack of comfort or understanding of emotions to begin with.
So you did it.
If you want to see what I'm watching, join my YouTube stream. My YouTube is in my bio. It's going to be right there. You can see the full screen in the interview that I'm watching.
Yeah, you killing your family. It's wrong.
Yes, it is socially and morally wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
And didn't you think you were going to get in trouble if that was to happen?
Yes, I was certainly going to be apprehended by his authorities.
Okay. But you still went through with it anyways.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. Either it was out of curiosity, boredom, or something else.
Chillingly, curiosity or boredom could have very well been the case, as Sonny admits. Although he seems to lack empathy, there's a degree of self-awareness here. When a person lacks empathy, there is little to no attention placed on how another person would feel. The presence of empathy is critical because it is, in large part, what directs moral decision-making. Without it, someone like Sonny may just act on impulse or out of sheer curiosity or boredom. Sonny identifies over and over that he doesn't understand why he did this.
It's just sort of happened. I don't really it's either I don't remember, or I'm suppressing memory, or there is no reason. Getting towards there's not really much of a reason. So like being impulsive.
You knew you were going to get in trouble.
Yes.
You knew it was wrong.
Yes.
You knew you were going to get caught, but you didn't care.
Yes.
Altogether, the detective interviewing Sonny has acquired a significant amount of evidence. The only remaining missing puzzle piece is the motive. With enough material to charge Sonny, the question of his motive will be left to be uncovered during trial.
All right, well, can we just move it over here back, okay?
After the officer leaves, Sonny immediately goes back to talking to himself.
Well, no, see, the 1060 would be... Oh, no, yeah, we moved on from computers. It was, what was it? Enzo. No, not Enzo, Vython, that's what it's called. AMD's new AM4, DDL4, etc. architecture. I can't remember their ship's names. Yeah, the ships had names really just simple. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like... I don't know what it was. Yeah, so DDL4 update on the I mean, it's sort of meh, but I don't know.
It only takes 3 minutes for the officer to return and tell Sonny what charges he will officially be facing.
All right, Christopher, you are going to be arrested, okay? You'll be arrested for murder. Yes. Murder for your sister. Aggravated assault on your father for trying to shoot him as well. And then possession of a weapon here, the commission of a felony, okay? You expect all that though, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to move forward with the charges. And I want to let you know that that's, as of right now, what you're going to be charged with, okay?
Okay.
So just hang tight. Someone will be with you shortly, and we'll get this underway as far as getting you transported to the jail and booked and everything like that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Tragically, Ashley Kim succumbed to her injuries before the paramedics arrived. Emergency services attempted to resuscitate her, but they were unsuccessful. She was declared dead on the scene shortly after Sonny was arrested.
Damn.
In our conversation with Sonny's parents, they remembered their daughter fondly.
She was the pretty girl that was
Nice.
unmistakably not a mean girl.
Yeah, she wasn't a mean girl. She had a good heart. Good.
There's a lot of people that spoke at her funeral that said, you know, Ashley didn't have to be nice to me, but she did. She didn't hold grudges.
She was a free bird, free spirit.
She was a free spirit. She was.
Full of love. You know, love's the greatest power, and she was full of love.
She was. She was very.
Damn, that's crazy. Like, 2 kids. These ain't really his kids, but like he took them in as his kids. Like, that shit crazy. Like, you go from 2 kids to no kids. Like, one of them dead and one of them did some crazy shit. Like, do they even talk to the son anymore? Like, I wonder. Like, it's Christmas time. Does he get any commissary money? Like. I wonder what it's like for folks in there. That shit crazy. He really fucked the whole family for no reason. For the love of the game. Like, really.
Kind, very loving.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, everybody loved Ashley.
She loved absurd things. Oh, she had a terrible sense of humor about, like, what is it called? A dark sense of humor. She had the darkest sense of humor. Just like the most morbid things. Her and a sister of mine too. She loved morbid. That's the thing I miss most about, like, her laughing, because she would giggle about, like, things that she's somebody you couldn't sit next to at a funeral. You could not. You sit over there because you have me laughing. Everyone's going to be looking at me. Ashley loved people. She saw the goodness in people. She really, really did. So many times. In fact, she's who helped me forgive my ex-husband. Because I felt like he had really bailed on us. She was like, he wasn't ready to be a dad, Mom.
What?
She had such a forgiving spirit in her
That's
giggle.
no excuse.
I always will never forget her giggle.
Because you're not ready?
I thought I would.
You can't just ditch the family. What the fuck? That is not a valid excuse.
Giggle, and she had
I like
love.
this shit. I don't think I like it.
And to honor her memory,
I
I choose love. I choose to forgive everyone who's made a mistake, not just Sonny. I choose to live Ashley's joy, because she had joy. Because she chose forgiveness. Because, you know, that's weighty.
An autopsy confirmed Sonny's claim that he had shot Ashley 8 times. She had wounds on most parts of her body except for her head, including her arms, legs, and chest.
Wait, what?
Despite the extent of her injuries, her death was not immediate. It was determined that Ashley's lungs had filled with blood, including her arms. She had wounds on most parts of her body except for her head, including her arms, legs, and chest. Despite the extent of her injuries, her death was not immediate.
What the reverse side look like?
It was determined that Ashley's lungs had filled with blood, and she perished while her parents attempted to administer CPR before the ambulance arrived. However, her injuries were so severe that it was unlikely Ashley could have survived, even if help had arrived sooner. While their parents were likely grieving the massively traumatic death of one child at the hands of another, Sonny remains unbothered as ever. After learning of his sister's demise, Sonny simply checks his watch and goes back to talking with himself.
Wow. So I made this one 6 rows instead of 7 because I wanted to see what it looked like. Yeah, I'm never doing that again. Never again.
We kind of
That brushing thing? I could brush it up.
Yeah, Netflix 4K was only work on Windows 10 and 6 years ago. Something like that. By the way, it was good. And Windows 10, sure, you can gather information, and even if it's not telling you when it's Windows 10. I can't say what product goes. We've seen some Blender. What's Blender? And that will show what is animation, UV mapping, and to
Even when officers arrive to take him to jail, he remains stoic.
It's a small resident. Christopher, this deputy that's right behind you, he's going to take you up to our jail, get your fingerprint and processed, and get the jail paperwork started on your charges. Okay?
Wants to be in your stuff, right?
With Sonny detained, experts were left to ponder his blatantly absent motive. There seemed to be no reason for him to shoot and kill Ashley, and then attempt to kill his stepfather, Alan.
So yeah, she was my moral compass and my safety net and big sister.
What?
All that.
Experts
You about to say my significant
but
other?
not
Hold on.
my safety net.
Oh, you said safety net. Okay, I'm tripping.
Big sister, all of that.
Experts could not come up with a full explanation for his actions, but they did develop a theory. It was possible that Sonny's abrupt, out-of-character violence was possibly caused by a psychotic episode.
He didn't realize for a long time. It was probably 8 months maybe before he even realized it.
What?
Most people will not like my answer, but the Sonny that night when this happened was my son's body, but it was not his spirit. Sonny
What?
was not there. Was there ever any kind of emotion on his face?
Not for a year and a half.
What?
And it was bad enough that he basically, while he was in juvenile hall, waiting trial, he had no taste. Everything tasted like burning plastic.
He had a psychological snap. Something
What?
happened. They to explain to us later that everything tasted like burning plastic. All the food he was eating. So
The only thing he could eat was plain dry cereal. That's what he lived on.
Sonny apparently told a psychologist.
Yeah, so they definitely sending him money in there. They definitely sending him money in there. They're definitely still fucking with folks, even though he killed their daughter. They're definitely sending him money.
That his memory of the murder felt like watching someone else, or
What?
looking into a parallel dimension.
I
What?
felt like the strings had been cut, lack of a better word.
This is the textbook definition of a depersonalization episode. Although a psychotic episode is a possibility, Sonny isn't showing any indications of psychosis in the interrogation room. He may be talking to himself, but this could be due to stress or nervousness. It's not sufficient to conclude that he's psychotic. Sonny shows no signs of delusional thinking, and he doesn't seem to be responding to hallucinations. His thought process is logical and coherent overall, though he demonstrated indications of a developmental delay like autism spectrum disorder. Typically, psychotic episodes are preceded by changes in behavior that would have been evident to his parents or other adults. Though this
What the fuck? I just heard the craziest noise in the world just now. Whoa.
is not always the case. Sonny and
Hey, what's up,
Ashley's
little
parents
cousin?
once again weigh in on this incredibly
doing?
complicated aspect of the case.
And the thing I want people most to know is I know a lot of people have said since this has happened, well, what about Ashley? And why can you still be loyal to your son? I'm loyal to my son because, like I said, he was not there. It was not done in some kind of malicious.
Watching this video, bro killed his mom. Bro killed his sister, tried to kill his dad, and they don't know why he did it. I'm trying to figure out why he did it.
Intent.
And I'm finna make some stuff actually. I'm finna what's next? I gotta make something else.
There was no fight. There was no argument. There was no fuss. There was only love between him and his sister. There was nothing crazy going on. Nothing funny going on.
Cap, bro. No cap.
It was just unbelievable that it happened, and it's hard for me to even believe it now. Even
your son one day just wake up and kill the family like for no reason. Bro say he don't know why he did it. He said he just did it. He just did it one day. He just killed the family. You making my cardigan? What the fuck? You making a cardigan? You making a cardigan? You making a cardigan? You making a cardigan? Oh, you making a cardigan? Okay. Yeah. She said you making her a cardigan. I don't know who the fuck. I don't know. Okay, I don't know why you look inside the side. I'm trying to figure out who you was talking to. I'm trying to figure out who you're asking.
though I was probably the best witness that was there the whole night that I actually saw the most, heard the most, pretty much knew the most because I knew what was going on from the sounds. I knew what it was. And
bro, if your son killed your daughter and tries to kill you, do you move houses? Like, I don't think I would want to live there no more. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I would want to live there no more. We gotta move. Like, yeah, cause you got to walk across our room every day, and that shit probably sad as fuck. Like, nah, it's probably blood stains in the carpet. Like, nah, I'm cool.
And I've stuck by Sonny. Me and his mom have stuck by Sonny first off because we love him and he's our son, and we'd stick by him anyway.
What?
This was not something that was like in a fit of anger, or it was not a planned out thing that
my son killed my daughter. I have no more sons.
That he hated her or he was jealous of her or any of the stuff that they tried
in
to
their
say,
mind,
they tried to say that he was jealous because she was outgoing and he wasn't.
I was a single mom, and my ex-husband, I didn't have money. And this wonderful man wasn't in my life yet. And I think back about the time she had to babysit, because I can afford a babysitter and be at my shop. Because she babysat him, he holds so many character traits of her. And I know other people want him destroyed, but he's all I have left of her.
Additionally, while awaiting trial
That's
at
cold.
Regional Youth Detention Center, Sonny reportedly harmed himself multiple times by slamming his head into the wall
Damn!
and biting himself so hard that he broke a tooth.
Damn!
Eventually, he was diagnosed by several doctors with Asperger's, along with undisclosed disorders that are similar to schizophrenia.
What the fuck?
As a result of this potential diagnosis, Sonny's defense team attempted to have his confession dismissed, claiming that it was not given when he was of sound mind. The judge ruled that while the diagnosis could be valid, a psychotic episode or any of Sonny's other diagnoses would not impede his intelligence. He allowed the video of Sonny's interrogation to be played in full. The Brazels were not pleased by this decision and maintained that some aspects of the case were
When should I pick up my order? It'll be ready January 1st, 2026.
mishandled from the beginning.
A few minutes later, an investigator showed up and he was explaining the situation to me. He said, we're going to take him down. He said, but we can't speak to him until his parents get there, you and your wife get there.
It's crazy. They put him in the car. I never saw that, but I was in the front yard.
Right. So they had already put him in the car by this time. They said, they explained that they had to take him, to, I guess, Columbia County Jail or whatever it was. So they took him to jail.
You probably been alive for like 20 some years. What's one more? What's one more? You got one more in you.
Oh, and said, as soon as we finish up here, it's up, we're going to call you and you'll have to come down so we can interview him, your son.
What you think?
But as you saw in the earlier footage, neither parent was present for Sonny's interrogation.
Yeah, but by 8 o'clock, we realized they're not going to talk to us at all. And so it's weeks before we can get any conversation with them. They even to get Sonny a public defender, because he went into the indictment with no attorney.
It was
no parental support, nothing. He was in there on his own, but we were begging to try to go, but they wouldn't let us.
It was probably, a year later before we actually saw the video? The first court session that we went to, we immediately started calling the police department.
That's why you should never assume.
And pretty much, got no answers. They wouldn't really tell us anything.
They told us that we couldn't talk to them because they charged him as an adult. And do you know that they didn't even give him a public defender for 4 weeks?
Ultimately, in July of 2019, Sonny pleaded guilty by reason of mental illness to murder, aggravated assault, and 2 counts of possession of a firearm. He was sentenced to life in prison, plus 25 years, but will be eligible for parole in 30 years.
I don't know.
Because he was convicted by reason of mental illness, he will continue to receive psychological counseling during that time. Sonny's parents continue.
I don't know what I'm doing New Year's Eve, actually. That's a great question. I probably should. Oh, no, I'm going to Detroit in January, like January 1st. So, I don't know where I'm going to be at on Christmas. I don't know where I'm going to be at New Year's Eve. I'm being in Virginia still though, but I'm being Detroit on the 2nd. So that's a great question. Where am I going to be at on New Year's Eve? Where am I be at on New Year's? Oh wait, hold up. I think I'm be at a party. That's a Saturday. Let me see. I'm going to a party next Saturday. You gonna be there? I only go places that I'm invited. I only show up if I'm invited. I'm not the kind of person that crashed the party. I only show up if I'm invited. Is Maya gonna be there? My little sister gonna be there? Our little cousin gonna be there? My little sister, your little cousin, she gonna be there? Or what? What the fuck, my boss?
Continue to stand by him, and despite the terrible tragedy, the family has remained close.
Why you going there? I got people up there. Why you worry about me? I got people up there. I'm big cousin. What you mean? Yeah, I said your little cousin, Maya. Yeah, my little sister, your little cousin. But I'm your big cousin,
And he tells us all the time that he is very aware and very grateful that we're still his parents and that we love him.
I know.
And support him, because he knows that there are a lot of people in there that lost all of their family ties and everything whenever whatever they did happened.
I know. I know. I'm saying you're a little cousin.
He treasures it.
He said, I want y'all to know, he said, you can't ever know, he said, how much that I appreciate it and everything. He said, that you're still my mom and dad, you still support me, you
Yeah, because I'm disowning my son if he killed my daughter. I ain't gonna hold you.
never threw me away, you know, you never.
He says he works so hard in there every day to be worthy of that.
Right.
In our exclusive interview, we asked Sonny if he remembered
Let me read the comments.
the day of his sister's death.
I do. Yes. It was terrifying for me. It's the strangest feeling, and it probably sounds ridiculous, I know it will, but when I walked into my room, the second I walked through my door frame, there was a shift. There's something different. I couldn't really think. My body was moving, but I wasn't able to think.
We asked how long it took for him to start processing what happened.
I think I'm still struggling with it to this day. I suppose for the vast majority of it, I didn't speak for those first 3 or 4 months when I was at the juvenile detention center. I still don't really know what to think. There's these times when I've broken down about it, but my brain's like won't let me process it. Like every time I try and think about it, I still haven't fully processed what's happened. I know empirically what's happened, but to this day, I don't understand why it happened.
With this response in mind, we asked Sonny if he worried that a similar incident could happen again if he was released.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It's always there. I was kind of eager to accept a plea deal. Already kind of consoled myself with the thought that I'll be spending the rest of my life in prison, and I'm okay with that. And I don't really know if I want to be around my loved ones, knowing that something
You like it? I love it.
like this could happen.
On a lighter topic, we asked Sonny to tell us a bit about his life now and what his days look like.
We normally eat breakfast at about 7 o'clock in the morning. And for me, that's when I wake up. My activities used to be different. I used to teach a math class, but nowadays mostly I just have self-studies.
Bro, teach a math class?
Write a few stories. I like to read. I used to be really active, going to the library. I've lost a lot of that energy now, and most of my days are just spent idling, I suppose.
We asked Sonny what people could learn from his circumstances, and he offered us some remarkable insight.
If you do have a family member, a friend, son, daughter, child, whatever that is, experiencing symptoms of disassociation, right? If they're too withdrawn from their environment or their surroundings, important that they be associated with something in the world. It's important to not let people get too far gone.
Our final question was about Ashley and what Sonny would like all of us to know about her.
She was one of those rare people in the world that cared out of her heart, and she didn't do things out of some desire for potential gain or benefit. She cared for everyone, regardless of whether or not she knew them. I have a lot of great memories of my sister. I'd say if there was one thing I'd want to remember is that she was the kind of people that is very rare, genuinely cared about people around them, and I loved her for it. I love her for it now that I can truly appreciate what it means.
We want to extend the utmost gratitude to Alan and Nicole Brazel for being so open and for allowing us to share their side of this heartbreaking case.
God.
911.
What's this? Man realizing... Wait, what did it say? Man realizes he unknowingly helped the killer? I low-key want to watch this. Let me see. I gotta figure something out. I gotta figure something out first. Man, I want to watch this. My computer charged all the way. I think so. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, we gonna watch this one. I'm about to sew this hoodie. I'm making this hoodie I made on my centros, knitted. I'm about to sew my panels together and watch this. Man realized he unknowingly helped a killer. Okay, bet. Let's see. What's to this?
Hello? What is that? I'm sorry, I just want to see my family. I want to see my family. What's your name? My name is Denise. I'm a beautiful husband, and I just want to see my kids again. Please, God, please protect me.
An Oceanside community becomes the site for a massive search and rescue operation when a 21-year-old woman vanishes from her home in the middle of the day, leaving her 2 young children behind. But police won't learn the savage truth about her disappearance until they get it from the most unlikely source. A desperate 911 call the young mother makes from her captor's cell phone.
Can you see, or do you have a blindfold on?
First of all, if you kidnap somebody, how the fuck do they get a phone? That's like criminal 101. Like 101. Like, okay.
Now, in a shocking case that would leave a lasting impact on Florida law.
Number 2, I don't understand why niggas in Florida commit the craziest crimes. In Florida and Texas and Louisiana, they put you to death down there. Why do people kill people in Florida? They were going to put you to death when they catch you. That's crazy. They're not giving you life. They're putting you to death. Needle, electric chair. Motherfucker know this and still do the craziest shit. Florida is really a crazy place.
Police must fight through a sea of deception to bring her home before it's too late.
Are you gonna help me? Are you gonna let me out now? Help me.
See. I only watch criminal shows. So are they trying to track the phone? Like, you know, when the criminal shows, when you get a phone call, you trace it. Are they doing this? Like,
Don't. I lost them. Chris, I lost her. The guy grabbed the phone from her.
It's January 17th, 2008, and Nathan Lee is on his way home from work. He hasn't had many chances to call home that day. Just a couple of brief calls with his 21-year-old wife, Denise, who is caring for Noah. They're two.
how old is he? Did they say his age? Let's get to him first.
It's January 17th, 2008, and Nathan Lee is on his way home from work.
Okay.
He hasn't had many chances to call home that day.
Okay.
Just a couple of brief calls with his
Check on the wife. Y'all feel it.
21-year-old wife, Denise.
How old is he, though? They got a 2-year-old son. She was 19. How old was he when his baby was born? That's what I want to know. I ain't gonna lie.
Who is caring for Noah, their 2-year-old, and Adam, their 6-month-old infant.
They have 2 babies. Sheesh, they going crazy.
Last he heard, she was giving the boys haircuts on the back porch.
That's what's up.
But he hasn't talked to her in 3 or 4 hours. He calls again, debating whether to stop for groceries on his way home. But when Denise doesn't answer, anxiety creeps in.
Oh, so he got the kind of girl that's going to answer that phone no matter what. I fuck with that. Break your thumb answering this phone when I call you.
After 2 more calls go unanswered, his confusion turns to worry.
After 2 missed calls, he getting worried. If I answer call girl twice and she don't answer, I'm getting that. She probably phone her other. That's crazy. Go.
Perhaps she took the kids to the park or went to the store herself, but it was odd of her to not carry her phone. With his worry turning slowly to fear, Nathan arrives home at approximately 3:30 in the afternoon. Denise's Toyota is in the driveway. That's a good sign. When he goes up to the front door, he tries the handle. It's locked. Another good sign. Everything seems to be normal.
Okay.
It's not until he unlocks the door and steps inside that he begins to see signs of trouble. Denise's cell phone is right by the door, plugged into the charger.
Damn.
It shows 7 missed calls, most of which Nathan himself made on the way home.
Damn.
Strangely, the windows are shut, even though Denise told him that morning that she was opening them for the cool January air.
Okay.
With every step he takes, he calls out to Denise, thinking that she's perhaps in the shower or otherwise occupied, but there's no answer. The most distressing sign of all, though, is his children. Adam and Noah are in Adam's crib together, something that Denise does not allow. Both of them need their diapers changed. He cleans them up, his mind racing to figure out where Denise could be.
Okay.
It's
where's my wife
unthinkable
at?
that she would have left their children alone in the house. And besides, her purse, her keys, and her phone are all right here. He calls Denise's father, Rick, but he hasn't seen her. Alarmed at the news that his daughter is suddenly missing, he promises Nathan that he'll be right over. In the meantime, Nathan's fear has coalesced into panic, and he can wait no longer. He calls 911.
Northport Emergency?
Yes, I'm at,
Bro, getting
I just got home from work and my wife, I can't find her. My kids were in the house and I don't know where she is. I've looked every single place and I don't know.
Your kids are at home by themselves?
Yes. No, I know. I don't know where mommy is.
She's never done this before?
No.
Imagine you come home and the love of your life is missing.
I don't know. I me. I've been home almost 10 minutes now. I haven't seen her.
All right, Nathan. I have an officer en route for you. If she does return home by the time we get their calls back, let us know, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
But unfortunately, Denise does not suddenly appear. Someone does arrive at the house, however. It's Denise's father, Rick, a sergeant with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. But while his proximity to this mystery may have a subtle effect on the attention it receives from law enforcement, this isn't his jurisdiction. Northport is in Sarasota County, so all Rick can do is make suggestions to the responding police.
Why is he here then? Get somebody that's in the jurisdiction to come to my house. What the fuck is he doing here then?
Police, as he later explains to detectives.
I go, can I please get my helicopter, my dog? And she goes, well, we're not at that stage or something because we don't even know what she was wearing or anything like that. And I go, well, I really don't care what she's wearing or not. If there's a girl or something laying in one of the woods, we'll be glad to stop and check, even if it ain't her. You know, it doesn't matter. I just want to get the helicopter up. We're not there yet. And I go, can we please, has anybody talked to the neighbor? And she goes, no. And we haven't talked. And I go, and when he's like, well, we're not there yet. I'm going, okay, that kind of made me mad.
The responding officers may not have much interest in speaking to the neighbors quite yet, but Denise's husband Nathan heads next door.
I knocked on the door, and the boy answered that was there, and I asked him if he'd seen my wife, and he said no. He said, your wife? And I'm like, yeah. I want to know where she is. So I haven't seen her. I didn't know there was anybody else in the house. So I guess that girl that was the witness, she was home then, but she didn't say anything.
Police eventually do talk to this girl. She reveals that she did indeed see something that afternoon, and what she tells them adds a horrifying new dimension to this already disturbing situation. Here she recounts that afternoon with investigators.
I was sitting in my living room, and a green Camaro kept driving by my house, so I went outside, and he pulled into the neighbor's driveway. I made eye contact with him. He seemed normal, so I wasn't too suspicious about it. I just figured he was lost. I saw him. He had light hair and was tall. It was anywhere between like 1:30 and 2:30, so I would probably say around 2 o'clock. I was just sitting here watching TV, and he drove by probably, I'd say at least 4 times, just driving, creeping back and forth very slow.
The new information is distressing, and Nathan can't help but begin to wonder about the factors that might have led someone to target his wife.
Something that always made me nervous, and I couldn't get mad at her for it, but I know she generally walked around the house in a shirt, just a shirt and underwear, and she didn't necessarily have all the blinds shut all the time. I'm just remember a couple times just going, you know, the blinds are open, you know, and she always say nobody can see, because our house is obviously secluded.
Denise's father has his own theory, not far removed from Nathan's.
She was on the back porch cutting Noah's hair. And the back porch, what I'm talking about is you go out these 2 sliders, and it's just like a little screened-in enclosure, about not much big, maybe a little longer than this, but about this wide. And that street's a circle, and if you're coming from the back street, you can see the little high chair that you're sitting in. That's all wide open? All wide open. And in my mind, a figure.
The mere idea that a stranger in a green Camaro might have spotted Denise from the road is eerie and sickeningly random. Then again, maybe it wasn't exactly a stranger. Nathan tells his father-in-law something that could give police their first solid lead.
He goes, the guy that works will drive the green Camaro. He goes, I think we found the green Camaro. He goes, and we ran him, and he lives somewhere in Norfolk. We're going to check him out and all this stuff. I go, maybe a little smartness, I guess. I go, did you ask my son-in-law Nate if the guy that works with him ever been to his house, seen his house, know where he lives, right? That's a good question.
Police speak to Nathan's co-worker, but his car is a much older body style than the one reported by the neighbor. This particular individual appears to be a dead end, but police issue a be-on-the-lookout alert for the car in question, and the multi-agency search team finally has something solid to look for.
Look for a light-colored green Camaro, too. Light-colored green Camaro. We know approximate year, model. And it's going to be actually a darker green Camaro, and it's going to be probably an early 2000s, late 90s model.
Even with police beginning to swarm the streets and helicopters taking flight, it won't be easy to find a single green Camaro in the area. And unfortunately, it's been at least 2 hours since the car was spotted in the Lee driveway. With I-75 running straight through Northport, there's no sure way to know if the Camaro is still in the area or if it even is connected to Denise's disappearance. Back at the house, Nathan and his father-in-law are getting anxious.
I go, guys, get out there, stop having freaking green Camaro you see out there. Ralph's still standing there. I go, Ralph, what are you doing? He goes, I was told to stay. I go, you get your fucking ass out on that goddamn road. I don't give a shit. You stop every goddamn green Camaro.
Police are combing the streets, but nothing comes of the early search for Denise. It's as if she vanished from the face of the earth without the slightest trace. The police need something more to go on, and at 6:14 that evening, they get it in the form of one of the most chilling 911 calls imaginable.
Hello? What is that?
How the hell you kidnap somebody and they get a phone? Grade A dumbass.
Hello?
The woman on the other end of the line is frantic and desperate. That much is clear from the sound of her voice. But she's not immediately responsive to the operator's questions, which makes communication difficult.
What is the address that you're at? Hello, ma'am?
Because of what you did. What she do?
What's your name, ma'am? Hello? What's your name? Your name's Denise? What's your last name?
Against all odds, it seems that Denise has somehow managed to call 911 without letting her captor know that she's on the phone. Now she's tasked with not only getting vital information to the operator, but do so without alerting him to her call. The operator begins to catch on to the dangerous game being played on the other end. But if the voice in the background belongs to Denise's kidnapper, he too appears to realize that something is amiss.
Thank you, too, because he doesn't know. Are you on I-75?
I ain't gonna. No, man.
Where are you at?
Fuck that. If somebody nab me, bro, we on the highway. I'm just gonna grab the wheel and just turn that motherfucker. We crashing this bitch. I ain't gonna lie.
Can you tell if you're on I-75? I don't know where your phone is. I'm sorry. Denise, do you know this guy? She might have the phone way down and not hear a thing I'm saying, too. He keeps saying on the phone. I don't know where it is. Maybe if I could see it, help me find it. What's your address? What's your home address, do you know? I don't know. Please take me to my house. Please take me home. I'm okay, please. Can you see or do you have a blindfold on? I can't see. Mommy. Can they turn off the radio or turn it down? I can't hear you. It's too loud. Hey. Are you gonna help me? Are you gonna help me right now? Help me. Don't. Lost them. Because they lost her, the guy grabbed the phone from her.
The call ends abruptly, but the police spring into action, gathering every detail they can, even as its grim implications bear down on the family. Police know it's a powerful lead.
I think we hear something on the radio about a 911 call. Yeah, it's from your daughter or something like this, or someone calling in, 911, saying she's been kidnapped. And her name's Denise Lee, and I go, holy shit. That was the worst nightmare coming true.
Even before police can trace the owner of the cell phone, another 911 call comes in. It's from a girl named Sabrina, and she has bizarre information that adds even more urgency to the situation.
What's the problem?
I just got a call from my dad, and his cousin came over to his house with a girl in the car, and she was tied up. And the girl came out of got out of the car, and my dad's cousin went and put her back in the car. And when she got out,
Okay, where's your dad's house?
It's in Northport.
Do you know the address of it?
He wants to be anonymous. His cousin left.
Okay, what's the cousin driving?
A green Camaro.
Where would he be going with this female?
He came over to my dad's house, borrowed a shovel, a gas tank.
Whoa, a gas tank? And your dad gave him this shit with a tied up girl in his car? Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
The operator ultimately gets a street name from the girl and finishes the call with a crucial question.
All right, what's the cousin's name?
His name is Gary King.
Gary?
King, yeah. Oh, it's not Gary King, it's Mikey King.
Michael King?
Yeah.
Okay.
Police now have a name to put with Denise's kidnapper. Not only is 36-year-old Michael King the registered owner of a 1994 dark green Chevy Camaro, he's also the owner of the...
This 08, a 94 Camaro. 08, 94. 2028. 2000.
phone Denise called 911 from. Investigators rushed to his address.
Yeah, there's a TV on in the house and sounds like voices inside the residence. Have you got the vehicle there? Oh, it could be in the garage. There's a blue car garage and a single car garage that's next to it, and there's no windows, so I can't tell. But it does sound like there's voices on in the house. The neighbor directly next to him advises she believes he's possibly home and does park his car in the garage. He does still drive the Camaro and does still reside in Sardinia, and to her knowledge, he is home.
Police knock repeatedly on Michael's door, but no one answers. Knowing that too much time has been wasted already, a Northport police sergeant gives his men the go-ahead.
I want entry made on that house.
10-4, there are 2 marked officers at the front. Make entry. The 2 uniformed officers make entry.
Police force their way into the home of the man they now strongly suspect kidnapped Denise in broad daylight. Inside, though, they find a house that's not only empty of occupants, but of almost any furnishings whatsoever. Even so, someone has been here. The television is blaring, and so is a small radio. In the master bedroom, the police uncover a...
Why did he give his cousin a shovel and a gas tank with a tied up girl in his car? That's what I'm wondering.
Disturbing scene. A long piece of cloth is carelessly tacked over the window, perhaps to isolate the victim. As a rumpled Winnie the Pooh blanket lies on the floor, what officers discover next to this dismal makeshift bed is truly horrific.
Folks made her a pallet. He's sick.
We got a duct tape and watered up in a bedroom with long strands that look like light brown hair.
In the kitchen trash, they uncover another matching wad of tape with similar strands of a woman's hair attached to it.
Damn.
The evidence clearly indicates that something troubling happened in this house today.
If you're real comfortable that there's nobody in the house, good and clear out and secure. 10-4, everybody clear.
Whoa. Read the title. Read the title. Lock in, read the title. Yo, Uzi, what's up? Man realizes he unknowingly helped the killer. Folks' cousin gave him a shovel and a gas tank. I know he's not about to kill this girl, bro. What the oh.
The discovery of this terrifying dungeon makes it all the more apparent that police are facing an extreme emergency. If this man, Michael King, is willing to kidnap a woman out of her own home, right in front of her 2 kids, bind her, and bring her back to his lair of darkness, he is a man capable of unimaginable evil. At this point, finding Denise and returning her to safety is more urgent than ever. Finally, at a little...
Yeah, 12?
Little past 9 o'clock that night, a Florida highway patrolman sees approaching headlights on one of Northport's main highways. Trooper Pope knows his vehicles, and those headlights have a distinctive shape. He stomps the gas and gets behind the vehicle, which immediately gets on I-75 going south. The orange street lights make it difficult to determine the color of the vehicle, but it's definitely a mid-90s Camaro.
Northport units, FHP has a vehicle stopped at 178 southbound, 178 southbound. Tag is verified by FHP.
It's him.
Be so good. I'll be watching them long. I'll be watching hour-long ones back to back. Okay, I just finished watching another one. Bro killed his sister, tried to kill her dad. And that shit was crazy. For no reason. He didn't have a reason. He just did it. No God, that shit was crazy.
Michael.
You know I be outside. It's cold as shit outside though. It's cold as hell out there. No cap. I'm on hiatus. I'm in the house till it get a little warmer.
This day's agonizing manhunt has finally come to an end. The only question now, will Michael surrender and give up his victim, or will he engage in a final violent standoff with police? Trooper Pope is ready for either scenario. Michael has had this innocent woman in his clutches since at least 2:30 this afternoon.
Okay, bro, there's no way people do crimes and expect to get away with it, bro. In 2024, well, this even in the 20th century, people you cannot do no crime and get away with it. And then the crazy part is they do the craziest crimes in Florida. Like motherfuckers do some shit in Florida, they will put you to death in Florida. Why are you even doing shit in Florida? No cap.
But his reign of terror has come to an end. Trooper Pope can't see a passenger, but it's dark and he's positioned well back from the Camaro. Denise could be tied up prone in the back seat or even in the trunk. His gun drawn on the suspect, Pope orders Michael out of the car, but the order falls on deaf ears. When Michael continues to disregard Pope's commands, he finally threatens to shoot at the vehicle. Following this threat, Michael finally steps out of the vehicle.
Niggas put their hands up when them dogs come out. They be doing dumb shit like going to the gas station right. Yeah, no, bro, no cap. Phone, really though.
And is immediately placed under arrest, but he has chilling news to deliver. Pope observes that Michael claims to be a victim of a devious kidnapping. However, the evidence found on Michael and his vehicle reveal another story. Michael's jeans are wet from the waist down. His shoes are wet and caked with mud. In the car is a wet shovel, dirty with the same fresh mud. But worse than what he sees is what he doesn't see. There's
and Shawty not in the car?
No sign of Denise.
Units responding to the interstate. Michael King is
fresh mud on a shovel. Why would your cousin give this nigga a shovel in a gas can with a girl in the back of the car tied up? No cap, he should be held a little bit liable, I ain't gonna lie.
1012, the female is not 1012 with the vehicle.
With Denise still missing, Pope is in no mood to play nice. Michael once again claims to be a victim as Pope continues to badger him for Denise's location before putting him in the car. It's a bittersweet end to the manhunt. Michael King is in custody, but the whereabouts of Denise Amber Lee remain unknown. Northport police detectives arrive on the scene, and Michael insists once more that he is a victim. Just like Denise, I was hijacked, he tells them. He clearly knows exactly why police pulled him over and what they suspect, but he is committed to a very unlikely version of the story. The frustrated detectives decide to play along for a short while. They ask Michael to lead them to the places he and the girl were taken by their mysterious abductor. And though Michael says that he was blindfolded for much of the time, he agrees to take them to a couple of isolated wooded areas where he believes they may have been during this wild ordeal. Unsurprisingly, a search of these locations yields no discoveries, much less the finding of Denise Lee. They take him back to the station for questioning, but it becomes quickly apparent that he has nothing of value to share.
At one point, did you tell that trooper, you say that you wanted a lawyer?
All the way through.
All the way through?
As soon as they put me on the ground.
That one trooper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All of them, actually. I was telling every one of them.
Okay. And at one point, when you saw me, when you saw me, you told me that you come out to me and said you were the hostage. You were a victim, you were a hostage.
Did I tell you what now?
Do you recall that?
I told somebody.
You told me that you were a hostage and that you were a victim. So you started the conversation with me when we finally figured out that you were saying that you were, a victim as well.
Right.
You understand that? Okay. So that is true?
Right.
Okay. You understand right now you're being detained for questioning.
The detective then reads Michael his Miranda rights in full.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us here now?
No, I just want an attorney.
You want an attorney?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't think that's right.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's a better of attorney.
Okay.
It's clear that Michael's story isn't fooling anyone as detectives continue to question him about Denise's troubling disappearance. The gravity of the situation hits home when police find a heart-shaped ring in the back seat of the Camaro. When they show it to Denise's husband, his profound anguish speaks volumes.
Is this her ring?
Oh, he killed that girl.
Yes. It's not the first ring I gave her. First Valentine's Day.
How confident are you?
Damn, they very first Valentine's Day. Damn. Oh, that's crazy. He really did.
Sorry.
100%.
Did the ring slip off her finger accidentally, or did she cleverly remove it at some point as evidence of her own?
By the way, chat, look at this seam. This is what you call a clean seam. This is perfect. This is perfection right here. Look at this. This is perfection. It don't get no better than this. It don't get no better than this. Keep it going, though.
An abduction. Police can't be sure, but they know one thing. Denise was in the back of that car. Meanwhile, although Michael refuses to submit to an interview, he opens up about the events of that day to an investigator who comes to sit with him. Unfortunately, very few of his details seem to make any sense.
Man, I'm a bad day.
Sounds like it. I don't know. I just got to work. I'm working here at night, so.
Just got hijacked. That's all I know.
You just said you wanted a lawyer. Why are you saying anything? Motherfucker trying to make himself seem innocent. The whole time you're making yourself seem guilty.
It's crazy shit.
Hijacked?
Well, when I pulled over to the side, I could tell he grabbed me and threw me in the, across the passenger seat and, into the floorboard and put some stuff on my legs and hands, and then he duct taped me.
In your own car?
Yeah, man. Fucking had him too quick. I didn't open the door, just grab right here. Right to the floor, man. Just shut up. And just, put my hands on my back and put, something tight, and I went around my ankles, man. I couldn't even move, man. He's like, you move, I'll just kill you. Just shut up. That's what happened.
Whoa, I didn't know about all that.
The cop patiently explains to Michael that his refusal to cooperate doesn't exactly back up his story.
Well, I guess
No cap. Just
what
shut
I'm
up.
learning here is you're claiming to be a victim.
I am. But
Okay.
I don't understand
But no one can help you or no one is helping the situation here. We can't talk to you because you said you didn't want to talk to us, is where we're at.
Well, they don't know if I'm going to stay here, or can I go, or what? I mean, they don't know.
I can't help you unless you want the help, or I can't talk to you unless you want to talk to me.
There's no way to get an attorney or something like that I could talk to and find out
right.
So I can get out of here. That's the only way to do it, I think.
Criminals are idiots.
Okay, so what are you saying?
I better have somebody I can talk to that I can talk to get me out.
You're welcome to use this. I can't tell you anything else. I mean.
So am I being arrested then? For anything? I mean, they can't hold you unless you're going to be arrested.
That part, I honestly don't know.
I mean,
but
you're holding me.
Cops are sick because the cop playing the role like he don't know what's going on. He knows exactly what's going on. Folks say I don't know. I'm just working a night shift. He knows exactly what's going on.
Like what I heard is you said you were a victim.
Right, but they're holding me against my will. They get handcuffs. I mean.
Yeah, they're definitely detaining you. I can see. We both know that.
Michael isn't the only one at the station that night. Northport detectives have also brought in his cousin Harold, whose daughter called 911 earlier that evening. Harold himself called police that night as well, although he was far less forthcoming.
I'm not sure exactly what the emergency is.
There's the cousin that gave folks a shovel and a gas can, even though he seen a girl that was tied up in the back of his cousin's car. He still gave her the shovel and the gas can. Why?
Actually, I think there's somebody that's been taken without they don't want to be where they need to be.
Uh-huh.
And they're in a 95 green Camaro from Northport somewhere.
Okay, and how do you know this?
I know. Just,
do you know where they are?
I have no idea.
And who did they take?
Some girl taken anonymous, and she didn't want to. I don't think she wanted to be where she wanted to be.
Do you know who the guy is?
No.
Anything else you
You
can
know
tell
who
me?
the guy is.
No.
And
Let me let you go.
can you give me anything else?
It's your cousin.
If I find something else, I will.
Okay, can I get your name and number?
No. Get involved with that.
Okay.
When Harold comes to the station, having been readily identified by his daughter, he gives police a much fuller version of the story.
My king came over and he walked into the kitchen. Well, I need to buy a gas can and shovel and flashlight. Okay. I got a flashlight in my room, one that works. Walk out the trailer, got him a can and shovel, gave it to him, and then he said, "Oh, gotta go." Headed towards his vehicle, was parked across the road, and I see him in there wrestling with somebody, and I heard some girl say, "Call the cops." He goes, "Oh, don't worry about it." And
When you called your daughter, what did you tell her?
I could tell her that I think something's up because Mikey had someone in the car that I don't think she wanted to be there. And she said, "Oh, you need to call the cops." I said, "Yeah, I know." I mean, and the road Mikey's looking to see what's really up. You know, he's in the past, he's had some girlfriends that are really, I hear from his mother telling my mom that some of these girls were kind of out there, you know.
Could you see if anything was binding her in any way?
His cousin came over his house with a girl in the car, and she was tied up.
Obviously, if she wanted to call the cops, she would have been out of there by then. I'm assuming she must have been tied.
But you didn't see anything?
I didn't see nothing.
It appears that the police aren't quite certain they're getting the whole truth from Harold, but he's not entirely uncooperative. However, they aren't just interested in hearing his side of the story. To fully understand why he may have done something like this, they need to hear from those who know him best. People like his current girlfriend and her grandmother, who say that Michael has hit a rough spot in recent months.
And to my understanding, Michael King is your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you and he been seeing each other?
It would be about a year, off and on.
Okay. Other than him filing for bankruptcy, are there any other issues, I guess, or any problems that he might be going through right now? I mean, how is he doing at work? Are there problems at work?
He's not working right now. He put some applications in, and the people were supposed to get a hold of him for the plumbing, and he hasn't.
Up north or down here?
Here.
And is that why he decided to go back to Michigan?
Yes.
Police learned that Michael spent much of the last month up north in search of employment. When that didn't pan out, he came back to his house in Northport, leaving his 11-year-old son behind with family. The house itself stands empty because Michael left most of his furniture at an ex-girlfriend's house after they broke up.
There's no furniture in the rest of the house.
The bedroom? No, there's no furniture. When I was with him, there was no furniture.
Just a air mattress on the floor.
Air mattress.
Oh, there wasn't an air mattress?
They was on an air mattress? It sounded like she held him down, though. At least she held him down.
They slept on the floor, okay.
Oh, okay.
Damn, she on the floor. He got a house, though. He got a house, though, right?
Police now have a perspective on why Michael's house is so barren, but so much about their strange suspect remains a mystery.
I didn't know him that well. I've seen him on maybe 4 or 5 occasions, but he really seemed to be a nice young man.
Yeah.
It appears that the two seem convinced of Michael's innocence, but the same cannot be said for his cousin, Harold. Following his own interview with police, he goes in to see Michael. Police leave the camera rolling as their suspect launches once again into his tale of a highway hijacking.
What are you doing? I told you that I couldn't. I tried to put 911 on the phone and everything. Charlie called T and wouldn't say nothing, instead of kill me. You know, crazy. I couldn't do anything if I said anything, then he would have took everybody out. And I didn't have anything in my garage or anything. He was pissed off. What would I do? Put everybody else in harm? Who was it? I don't know, man.
Somebody in the street seen it, and somebody called, next thing you know, they got cops at my house. Like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do here?
No, you do the right thing. I didn't know how to say it to you without.
Tweaking.
I was afraid to call without him knowing.
Somebody else in the car, you mean?
Yeah, and he had to be. The only reason I had to have his phone on.
on the phone. You hear everything. If it's one mistake, I'm coming. That's it. All of them. I don't want no problems.
Michael's story isn't getting more believable with these added details, and one wonders if even his cousin is startled by his audacity.
Can't they ask her or anything? Did they let her go? Do you know?
I don't think they found her.
So all they gotta do is find out from her. He said he let us both go. We did everything we said.
Yeah, they can find her.
That was the deal. You know what I mean?
Michael's story remains absurd to anyone but Michael himself, and the detectives have grown tired of his refusal to cooperate. They're also determined to make sense of his spotless record, which gives no indication that such a shocking crime could be coming. When they speak to a woman named Stephanie, however, she has an interesting story to narrate. The statements made here are not verified and only depict the opinions of the interviewee. Stephanie, whose husband was friends with Michael, says that Michael would try to turn her against her husband with lies about his unfaithful behavior.
No, these are the worst kind of niggas. Why do you want my girl? Wow.
Like, he used to buy prostitutes before he met me, and he was, a bad person, and this and that, and just trying to, just fill my head with, stuff about John. And I don't know why, but he convinced me to go over.
A nigga, somebody that do this to you will kill you. Somebody that do this to you will kill you.
To his house for one day.
And you don't remember why?
Well, it was because he was saying all this stuff about John.
Wanted to be baggy.
So
really
he was mad, and I believed him.
Okay.
And so I stayed there one night.
You don't like it?
And we rented movies and watched movies.
I bet if you seen Kanye with one
But
on,
it
you would
seemed
like
like
it.
the whole entire time I was there, all he was doing was telling me more and more stuff about John. And then I was like, no, that's not true. Because, I just knew it. I knew he was lying.
Stephanie tells the detectives that
Even if it is true, why are you telling her this, though? Yeah, Mike used to buy hookers when we were younger. Why? This is my wife. You want her, nigga? You want my girlfriend? You want my wife?
she spent most of that day and night in Michael's bedroom, drinking the beer that he bought for her on the way over to the house.
And John didn't consume alcohol with you?
John and I?
I'm sorry.
Mike,
Michael. No, okay.
You had sexual intercourse with Michael?
Yes.
Okay.
But that was consensual?
Yes.
Hesitant right there.
Sure. I was drunk.
You hit them when they drunk? Come on.
Okay.
Niggas are sick. Fuck it though, right?
When you realized that you were having sex, explain to me that, or how you came to realize that was going on, if that makes sense.
Well, it was like I was sleeping and I woke up.
And he was engaging in intercourse with you. When you woke up, it was already going.
Yeah.
Okay.
The story speaks to a different sort of man than the one his girlfriend's grandmother referred to as a nice young man. And it isn't the only one. Police also speak to a 13-year-old girl who says she had a chilling encounter with their suspect less than a year ago.
Okay, I got off the bus, and then I called my mom to ask if she can come pick me up, and then she couldn't because my dad was in the reserves. So then I kept walking home, and then I turned on, then I saw the Corvette pass me, and it turned on the street that I usually go on home. And then I turned on to, I think, Kinlock, and I turned on to Stokey, and then I saw him again. He drove past me, and then I turned on to Vulgate, and then I saw him pass me again, and then I kept walking again, and then I saw him pass me again, and then I took off running home.
Her mom called the police, giving them the tag number of the Corvette. It comes back registered to Michael.
So, he's a sexual deviant. There's nothing you can do to there's no counseling this. The only way to get rid of this, you have to kill him. He has to die. That's the only way you can resolve his issues. Death. There's no rehabbing this. There's no medicating this. Castration not gonna work. Death is the only way. You must burn him on fire, like Salem. We must Salemly witch trial people like this. I ain't gonna lie. That's the only way to absolve things like this from happening. Real life.
Michael King, whose house on Sardinia sits only a couple hundred feet from the bus stop. But when police stopped by Michael's house, they found a man who seemed to have all his ducks in a row. Detectives speak to the officer who responded that day.
He basically dispelled my alarm. He said that he was in the area looking for a house to rent because this house happened to belong to his parents and it was for sale.
And he already got his lie lined up. Yeah, death.
And there was a for sale sign in the yard.
He probably tried to take her though. Yeah, death.
And he had a couple flyers from the rental flyers that was in people's yards that were in those areas. And he said, no, I was driving around in that area and basically looking for flyers, and he showed me a couple of them. I ran them through NCIC and documented on the notes and closed it out.
King may have had a convincing story that day for the cops, but for the young girl, there was little doubt about his intentions.
Pretty safe to say you got the impression that he was there because you were there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Freaked you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Scared you pretty bad?
Yeah.
Soon, police hear from another woman who used to work next door to Michael's place of employment. She tells police that he exposed himself to her in the parking lot about a year ago while she was pumping breast milk in her car.
He purposely faced me. I just could have.
Why, bro? You don't want to say yo to her. Hey, twin, finishing that project. I see. Yeah, I've been working on this hoodie on and off for like 2 months now. Like on and off for like 2 months now. Yeah. When they lean back to the back, I fuck with it. I feel like Santa Claus, low-key. Okay. But yeah. We must kill him though. He has to die by fire. Yeah.
If you had to go to the bathroom, you could have went behind a tree, or turned his back. But he purposely
don't really whip out like he's sick.
Stop right in front.
Like, his mind gone. His brain is cooked and fried. Like the Beanie 8. You fuck with it? You like it? I ain't gonna lie. I do love this. Like real life though. What color should I do next? I'm gonna try to do like stripes or something. Like I got a few ideas. Yeah.
I know where I was, and exposed himself. And I saw like a weird look on his face. I don't know what he was doing, but I didn't want.
Weird, like what?
Like I don't know. He just kind of had his mouth open. Like I don't know if it kind of looked like a pleasurable look, like something of that sort.
These disturbing stories paint a different picture, and after getting their suspect a new outfit, the detectives let Michael know that their mission isn't over yet. The search teams are still aggressively looking for Denise, hoping against hope to find her alive.
You let me down, Mike. Huh? You let me down. Now I'm gonna have to go find her myself.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to. And I've got 100 other people interested. Why are we doing it like this?
I know what happened,
Come on. That isn't working no more. Got 20 people out there, TV stations, sitting out in front waiting for you right now. We've been up for 28 hours and we'll be up all day now. Because of you. Think about telling us where she is, right?
But Michael isn't giving up his claim of innocence, leaving the Northport police with no alternative.
You're under arrest, Michael. For kidnapping. For right now. For right now. Till later on today. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Put it this way, Mike, this is only the beginning now.
Damn.
It's a beginning that will start with Robert, a work associate.
Bro, I want to make another one, but I reset my computer, so the grid got reset too. And yeah, so I gotta remake it, but like that should took a little minute to make that grid.
Associate of Michael's who initially tells police on the night of Denise's abduction that he has had no recent contact with their suspect at all. The next morning, however, with news of the kidnapping dominating the local media, Robert goes to the police station to reveal that this wasn't exactly the truth.
When I was on my way to Maxwell Park, that's when Mike called me. And I told him I was going to the gun range, and I actually invited him.
Far from having had no recent contact with Michael, Robert reveals that they went shooting together only a few hours prior to Denise's abduction.
He said he had a 9mm, but he said, I don't have any ammunition. I said, well, that's no problem. I said, I have a 9mm too. I said, I got a box of ammunition. It's no big deal.
Robert tells the police that this conversation took place around 12:30 yesterday, but he can't be more precise than that. He explains to the detectives that he erased Michael's call from his phone log because he didn't want his wife to see it.
I didn't want her to know I was talking to him. I know she doesn't like him.
The detectives understandably find this deleted call suspicious, and it's not the last red flag Robert throws at them. Still, they let him finish his story.
What was he driving?
He had that green Camaro, and it did have a black bra on the front of it. But he was by himself. He had that green Camaro, and it did have a black bra on.
They call it the bra? This is called a bra? I hate that. I ain't gonna lie, I don't fuck with that. Bro, I got a crochet gifts for the fam. It's tiring. On God it is. No cap. I'm knitting everybody. I ain't gonna lie. I tried crocheting gifts. I don't even like this beanie. I think everybody just gonna get knitted hats. Like, yeah, everyone getting knitted beanies. No cap. 100 rows. They're gonna be basic with stripes on them. I ain't gonna lie.
On the front of it. But he was by himself.
Robert tells the detectives that he and Michael stayed at the range for an hour or so before calling it a day.
Did he say where he was going after he left the range?
He told me he was going to go home.
Robert's story would appear to clear himself of any wrongdoing, but the detectives can't help but feel that there are portions
I probably make him reversible though.
of the story that Robert is leaving out.
Did you lie to that detective last night and not tell her that you seen him that day?
Well, yeah, I guess technically it would be considered a lie. It bothered me all night.
All right, let's talk about this.
First thing in the morning, that's what I wanted to tell her.
Okay. The detective's on the phone with you and she's telling you and asking you some questions about Mike, right?
Yes.
And you fail to tell us, law enforcement, that you were with him that day at the gun range, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It's pretty huge, don't you think?
Robert insists that he didn't realize the incident was this serious and that his only motivation was keeping it from his wife.
She must be quite a tyrant, huh?
Well, she's not a tyrant, but she's very jealous. And
why would she be jealous of her guy?
It's not of a guy, it's the fact that, if I'm not actually working, then I should be home spending time with my family and not going off to the gun range.
That's valid.
This won't be the last time detectives speak to Robert, and they will learn that he still hasn't told them the full truth about his recent involvement with King. Before they can delve more into investigating those details, a police search team makes a heart-wrenching discovery. On January 19th, 2 days after Denise went missing, investigators are
she did die.
Searching an abandoned development site when their K9
like the pink one, but in stripes, orange and white. Bet.
Catches a scent in the air.
I saw a large sand pile
I got hella yarn,
there,
so you can't see it, but it's
and
right
we
there.
continued to walk. As I approached that sand pile area, it kind of opened out a little bit, and he pulled the leash out of my hand and took off into the little wooded area there. And that's when I saw the area and stopped, looked at it, showed my observer Kim and said, that just doesn't look right. And I said, see how the soil is different, starts from here, stops there, and the Bahia grass was all laid across the top of it with the clay sand that you could see. I thought I saw several packed footprints along the edge. Once I started seeing that, I said, we need to move out because this may be something. We don't want to contaminate it, so we moved out.
Detectives come to the scene and quickly find something that confirms their worst suspicions.
Damn, my phone died. How much time we got left on this?
And they started to walk in. As they walked in, either Eckerd's foot kicked the little sand piles that were right before you walk in. They're like dinner plate size, little patches. They looked odd when we walked in. He either kicked it or his foot caught it, and when it flipped it over, there's all this blood underneath of that. And that's when we all said, whoa, and then everybody backed out.
Convinced about what they might find, investigators begin digging in a disturbed patch of land, and at 3 feet, they discover the naked body of a woman, buried in a shallow grave with a gunshot wound to the head. Nearby, a single 9mm shell casing is found in the overgrown lot. This eerie discovery raises serious questions about Denise's fate, who had made a 911 call just hours earlier. That's more than can be said for Michael's evolving story. In jail, he tells a corrections
He had 2 sons, bro.
officer an astounding account of what happened to Denise that night, And if what he's told police thus far about the kidnapping is ridiculous, this story takes it to a whole new level.
He said that he met this girl behind his house in the back of the woods while they were... behind his house? Behind his house. He goes, they had sex 3 times that day. It was all consensual. He goes, we went out for lunch. She wanted to go out for lunch. He goes, then she started getting worried about her husband or her boyfriend. He goes, I don't know who, if she was married or not, that somebody's going to catch them.
You watching? That got you that mode. I'm watching this. I'm supposed to be streaming on YouTube. I don't know if I put my shit on public or unlisted, but I'm watching this. Basically, I guess this dude kidnapped the girl and killed her and hooked up. I'm trying to figure out why.
So instead of going all the way to her house, he told her to get out of the car a couple blocks away on some dirt road or some road off to the side there in Northport. He didn't mention no street name or nothing like that. And he goes, and then when she started walking towards her house, the helicopter from Charlotte County came flying by, and that they're hovering pretty low, and that they shot Amber King.
Did he say when you say?
No, I'm sorry. He says, yeah. He just said that they shot her. I says, you're telling me that a policeman shot her? He goes, yes. I says, well, what did they do? He goes, they took off because they were scared.
What?
King went on to explain that he reacted to this insane turn of events in the way any normal.
This is the worst story ever. People who commit crimes are the dumbest people, bro.
More person.
All you gotta do is just not.
Would.
I said, well, what did you?
All you gotta do is not do the crime. I really
do. I said, did you actually see her get shot? He goes, yeah. He goes, I saw her. He goes, I saw the blood coming out of her.
And you didn't call the police? You didn't tell nobody? You just went home?
Out of her blonde hair, out of her hair. And then by the time he got to her, that she was down on the ground, covered in blood.
So how'd she get in the dirt then?
I said, well, what did you do? Did you try to help her? He goes, she was already dead. He goes, and I got all freaked out and scared. He goes, I done something I probably shouldn't have done. He goes, I buried her body.
Who can say who Michael hopes to
A 9mm from a helicopter hit her. Well, I mean, he's shooting down, so I guess I could hit her. And you just buried the body. He was freaking out. Okay.
convince of this outlandish version of events? Maybe himself. Something that Denise's father must face when he's asked to identify his daughter's body.
Damn.
With his positive ID, the ugly truth about Denise's fate is confirmed. In his interview with police, Rick recalls a conversation he had with Nathan, his son-in-law, about the monster who took her from them.
He's kicking himself in the ass, you know. Maybe we shouldn't live every second day. Nothing.
You can't do that.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing he does. Nothing she does. He's just a piece of shit. I can't say it. And one day we're going to be able to go to court telling her.
From here, however, the investigation will only intensify, because although Denise has finally been found, the discovery came too late. Police know they have the man responsible for Denise's death, but what they don't know is whether or not he had help, and there are two men who were in contact with him on the day of the incident who can help them get to the bottom of that question. The first being Michael's cousin, Harold. They call him back to the station, where he tells them the same story about Michael's visit to his home that night.
I think that you're giving me this much, okay? Just listen to me, Harold. I think you're giving me this much, and there's a lot more. I'm not, your cousin's worry is now we can't change that. All you can do is speak for this girl, okay, Denise. And I know that you're holding back something because it just doesn't make sense, okay? Because I'm going to tell you this. I know she called 911 when she was at that house. If I'm listening to the tape, it sounds like she had gotten out of the car, was trying to get away or something because she was huffing and puffing. Harold, I need the truth, buddy. I really do. Your daughter, okay? Yeah. She calls us before you call us. Right. Okay? And she tells us that that you told her that you saw a female that had gotten out of the car, was tied up, and he grabbed her and put her back in the car.
Well, he was doing something outside the car. I didn't know. I couldn't tell what he was doing. I didn't see nobody tied up. I didn't see anybody.
So how did the daughter know then? And she wasn't there.
Okay. What did you see?
I seen a girl on the front seat when he was climbing over. She was in the middle of the seat.
The detectives don't believe they're getting the full story from Harold, and they ask him to take a polygraph. He agrees, but hours into the test, the administrator has...
Hours? Damn!
Some bad news.
What I'm telling you, when I scored the chart, you didn't do so well.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looked like it.
You noticed that too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna hit the score button.
I do know those are inadmissible in court, though. But
what's that say?
Extreme deception.
Extreme deception indicated.
damn, extreme. Oh yeah, he tweaking.
So let's have the real story.
I don't want to go to jail or anything for this shit.
You said you going to jail.
No, I don't know.
I know you feel. Listen, I know you feel bad. Okay. I know you feel bad.
Damn, my phone.
You gotta move on in your life. You can't hold this in you.
Harold admits he saw a little more than he let on previously.
Well, I have it pretty much the same when I said it, except for I see them wrestling by the front door with somebody on the other side of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And I put her in the car and to the seat. So I didn't see her tied up. I didn't see anyone get out of the car. I didn't see any of that. But, it upset me quite a bit. And I didn't do nothing.
Investigators now move on to speaking with the second man who had contact with Michael that day, his friend Robert, who went shooting with the suspected murderer mere hours before Denise's kidnapping. When he speaks to detectives again, he reveals that he wasn't entirely honest the last time he was here, and that he was hanging out at Mike's house a few days before the abduction.
We got an issue here. You realize this?
No.
Yeah. We really need to think about what we're saying. Hey, you speak at one. Okay. This is important information. This is information that we should have got the other night. This is information that you didn't mention this, okay? So I told, listen,
understand how this has anything.
This is a lot. Okay, this is huge. Because I think you've lied, okay?
Okay.
You know you have.
I lied about the other.
You lied a lot about a lot of things right now, and I need you to help me.
I'm not purposely trying.
We have a lot of loose ends that we have to tie up here.
And I understand that I wouldn't be here.
I need your help. We
need your help.
We need
I'm
you.
trying to desperately.
No trying that. Okay, this trying class is over, okay? Do.
With Robert's answers, the detectives ultimately accept that they stem from his desire to keep the peace in his marriage, and not from any active involvement in Michael's sadistic crimes. However, he can't rule out a possibility that will undoubtedly haunt him for years to come.
And I remember seeing that there was a few bullets left in the box, and I remember saying to him, you're welcome to shoot those off, because I didn't really want to keep them, and, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. And I remember him saying, no, it's no big deal. He was we're done, and that was when we were at the end of our.
So you're not sure if that his gun was loaded or not?
No, I'm not positive. I know that I didn't see him load it. I know that he didn't ask me for any shells. I know that I didn't, other than offering for him to shoot those, I didn't say, here, take some with you or anything. Afterwards, after the officer came over and after all of this stuff came about and it became a reality to me, then naturally I'm thinking, oh my God, there's a possibility that he could have taken a couple bullets and put them in his pocket for all I know.
Indeed, police sent a gun expert to the Knight's Trail shooting range to compare casings on the ground with the one found at the crime scene. The expert concluded that 3 casings at the range are an exact match for the 9mm casing found near Denise's shallow grave. Police never find the gun itself, and while Robert makes mention of Michael's limited skill with a firearm,
He was kind of embarrassed because he was all over the target.
the autopsy reveals that he needed no particular talent. The gunshot wound on Denise's face indicates that the gun was pressed against her temple when it was fired. After terrorizing the 21-year-old for hours, Michael King coldly executed her in an abandoned lot while her family prayed for her safe return. The autopsy also tells the ugly truth about Michael's depraved desires. His DNA is found inside Denise, and a physical examination shows overwhelming evidence of sexual assault. Michael is slapped with new charges, including first-degree murder. If there is any solace to be had for Denise's family, it must come from the fact that law enforcement did everything possible to make that happen. Unfortunately, that solace is short-lived. One piece of information soon comes to light, and it's a big one which could have changed the outcome of this tragedy.
I pulled up to a light. I don't know the name of the cross street, but I was on 41, and I heard some screaming.
On the day
He
of
didn't say
Denise's
nothing?
kidnapping, authorities fielded several related calls to 911. One from Denise's husband, Nathan, another from Harold, Michael King's cousin, and another from Harold's daughter, Sabrina. And of course, a blood-curdling call from Denise herself. But there was another 911 call that night. It came in at 6:30 p.m., only
like this,
16 minutes after Denise's call. It was from a woman named Jane, who was alarmed enough about the car driving beside her to notify the police.
And I was at a stoplight, and a man pulled up next to me, and there was a child screaming in the car. Not a
What
happy
kind of vehicle was he in?
It's a blue Camaro, in the 90s or early 2000s or something.
Okay, it was a baby or a...
No, it was a child. It was more than
How old?
you know what? It's dark, and I turned to look at him, and he's a white male, sort of light-colored hair, sort of plump. He's behind me now, and I tried to slow down so he could pass me, and I could read his license plate.
Ma'am, don't hang up, okay?
I'm not. Okay.
Jane's details didn't precisely match the information given to dispatchers and police that day, but they were certainly close enough that they should have generated some action. At 5'1" and 109 pounds, Denise could have easily been mistaken for a child when seen through dark windows and traffic. And whatever discrepancies there were, it's clear that Jane was seeing something alarming in the other car.
And there's a kid in the back seat, and they kept banging on the window.
And it was banging on the window.
And screaming.
And crying.
And screaming. Like screaming.
Okay.
And not a happy scream, like, get me out of here scream.
Given the fact that law enforcement had no knowledge whatsoever about Michael's location at that time, Jane's in-progress sighting could have made all the difference.
Okay, now it's green, and green arrows, and he's going now.
He's turning left on Toledo Blade.
Yeah, do you want me to turn? Try to follow him, or?
Okay, does he want her to follow him? Okay, can you turn?
He just turned on Toledo Blade. I don't know if I can catch up. There's a bunch of traffic, and I can't get over.
Jane doesn't have the opportunity to give chase, but the dispatchers have more than enough information to pass along to officers. Unfortunately, the information never gets to them because by this time, King had left Northport and entered Charlotte County on US 41, where Jane had spotted the Camaro. However, her call had passed into Charlotte County despite Sarasota County and Northport officers handling the case. Confusion reigned in the dispatch center that night as the supervisor tried to establish a single patch between all three areas handling the case. This, combined with the shift change that was happening at the time, led to her call being misfiled.
Damn.
Police on the ground and in the air, all of whom were desperately searching for Michael King's green Camaro at that time, never...
If you about to clock out when something like this happening, bro, just take the overtime, bro. You could stay 2 more hours, like... Damn.
got the information. Michael didn't get pulled over for another 2.5 hours, by which time Denise was already dead. According to documents from the internal investigation, a Charlotte County dispatcher later acknowledged she messed up and was suspended for 60 hours for failing to send deputies to respond to Kowalski's call. Another...
A life for 40 hours, for 60 hours. That's about a week and 2 days? Something like that.
Their dispatcher was suspended for 36 hours.
Now, we've all heard screaming. We've heard roller coaster screams, screams of delight, horror movie screams. I've never heard a scream like this in my life.
Could Jane's call have made the difference between Denise's life or death that night? Her husband Nathan certainly thought so. In the coming years, he would form a foundation in his deceased wife's name, aimed at improving
I ain't gonna lie, that's me. I'm trying to get that lawsuit rolling. I ain't gonna hold you.
911 systems and training across the country. His efforts would help push the Denise Amber Lee Act through the Florida legislature 2 years after Denise's murder. According to news sources, Governor Charlie Crist signed the bill into law in the summer of 2010, mandating state certification and standardized training for all 911 operators. 2 years after that, Nathan Lee filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office for their failure to handle the 911 call properly.
How much money
He
you
and
get?
his family walked away with an undisclosed settlement, but nothing can ever compensate for losing Denise.
She has 2 fucking sons, bro.
In the meantime, the wheels of justice moved against the only man responsible for Denise's death. Michael King was convicted of premeditated murder. And on December 4th,
Life? No, sentenced to death because he kidnapped her.
2009, nearly 2 years after Denise made her courageous and chilling 911 call from the inside of Michael's Camaro. In agreement with the unanimous jury recommendation, the judge sentenced Michael Lee King to death. Today, 16 years after Denise's tragic murder, Michael sits on death row at Union Correctional Institute in Rayford, Florida.
Damn.
I had a bad feeling.
Damn, bro, that's crazy.